Yeah, man. I don't know if y'all heard, man. I just seen from FY, whatchamacallit, Jay, man, that he talked about something that a lot of people been sending me messages. We're gonna talk about the 051 situation that was in the shooting last night too. We'll do a separate video on that, but I'm trying to hurry up. I'm a little bit busy, but yeah, Oblock just got sold, and the rumor is all the residents there gotta relocate. You know what I mean? I don't know how this is going to impact the community. I don't know how true this is, but let's just jump on the basis if it is true and they got to relocate, what got to go on. I feel like it's going to bring more trouble, especially if you got a name in the streets and you go to certain neighborhoods to live in now. Not that they that dumb to do that, you know what I mean? But the relocation process, that tells you a lot, man. Like this gang thing, I never criticized them. You know, it's like a lab experiment and things like that. But at the same time, it's real people lives. People been there their whole entire life and generations. To you, it may be something that's known as a gang area, violence and killing. But to another person from the rack, that's their home. That's where they been. That's their livelihood. And now it's being taken away. They can make a lot of more trouble or good. Think about it. If them people really had the income or the money or whatever, they would have been moved to do what they do in X, Y, and Z. So they're being forced to be relocated. You probably hurt a whole lot of people versus than actually helping them. You know what I mean? The whole point of this is to help somebody, not just make the life more harder for them. That's how I can't figure out in me how this is gonna even be a helpful for anybody. You dig what I'm saying? It's a tragedy that we cannot deny, you know, regardless. It's like the whole community is breaking down right now. Old Block being sold. We heard this going on for a minute now. It was gonna get sold. A lot of people started off and say Dirk was gonna purchase it. We seen what they said, bro. We knew what this was and what was coming with it. We just didn't expect it to be the way it is right now. So with Old Block, I give my prayers and blessings to everybody. Like, I know it's hard to get on your 2 feet. Sometimes it ain't easy too. Even when you have kids, it's even harder. Maybe if it was just you could have just take the situation in hand and do what you got to do. But now you got a whole community of people you got to help and uplift. And I apologize. I'm in a house party right now. You can hear the music downstairs. Well, it's my crib, party going on. So I'm trying to be excused because this is important news. To see that Old Block was actually sold is low-key heartbreaking. I feel like that's people giving up instead of actually finding a way to help them get peace. It's like just get rid of all of them. But that ain't necessarily a good thing to do because you got a lot of people in the hood. It ain't just killers in the hood, drug dealers in the hood. They want you to believe every single body in Old Block is some type of killer, bad person, or X, Y, and Z. That ain't really low-key fair, man. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. You feel me? It's like pushing the narrative and pushing the gun on that. My personal opinion and how I feel about that. So the whole Old Block situation, I really feel we should learn from it too, man. Learn from that motherfucker, bro. If they can do that to Old Block, they can do it anywhere. They've been doing it to every single other hood, and people gonna be like, we need to get rid of all the hoods. Well, if you think the people are viruses and all that, ain't that spreading it? I'm not trying to say it like that. I'm saying it based on what haters gotta say. Me personally, I think you should have incorporated programs and things, not the ones you've always done. Actual people from that city who've been asking for these grants from the U.S. government for years. They know how to implement it the right way and do the right things to help them people in that community. But they get closed out. You get these bigger corporations with ulterior motives. You give them money and tell them to help the hood. They don't even help the hood for real. You feel me? They don't help the hood at all, bro. They take that money and go to these rich hotels. They have all type of luxurious meetings and shit like that. They get tax breaks for it too. It never goes back to help that community. So all I'm saying is, and I implore to anybody, before you speak up on this situation, look at it. Look at it in the totality and see if you could help instead of just criticizing all the time. The easiest thing for a motherfucker to do, honestly, is just to criticize. Let's just get that part out the way. That's the easiest thing for folks in them to do. Criticize, they should do this, they should do that. It's people who ain't even from the city, don't know how Chicago people go through. It ain't even people from the Old Block area that's going to be criticizing them, talking about this is a good thing for Chicago, as if Mayor Lori Lightfoot is doing something good for the city. You see they got the purge thing going on right now. It's like the city is all the way backwards because of the politicians, but they never get called out. The politicians get unscathed and they make it between the cops and the citizens when really it starts with the politicians. All these laws they implemented in the city, you done made these people homeless and everything within a day and a drop of a pen being signed, bro. I know it don't make sense to some, but it's not something that makes sense. That's the whole point. None of this shit makes sense. The whole world we live in today don't make sense, truthfully. So nobody is right or wrong in this cowboy world. Cowboy world we live in. I ain't been sleeping, y'all. I've been up all day covering these news, not trying to be lazy no more on this YouTube tip. So I'm everywhere with this. You understand me? My heart breaks for the city of Chicago, especially the people in Oblock or any other neighborhood, even if it's 63rd, even if it's the north, you know, the west side of Chicago. It don't matter, bro. Or the south side, not with north, west, south, and east side. Man, I have to think about it. That's how you know I'm drained out. Pause. But yeah, man, I get this news today. There ain't no celebration. I start thinking about that mama who can't afford to live in certain buildings. This the only thing she can afford. She know what the violence is, but this is life to her. You feel me? You hear me, G? She know how to survive over there. She know how to move. So for her, it's like you taking her whole generation away. Some of them been there for 20 years, 30, 40, whatever it is. They talking about how Michelle Obama used to live over there. You feel me? In Parkway Gardens and all that. So when you looking at the whole situation, you got to think about the historical background with it. That's why it's not being thrown off. It's just being renovated, meaning kick the people out and we're going to up the prices or whatever, or do something with this. Maybe even knock it down. I don't know. But the fact that it's sold, you got to follow the breadcrumbs. Why was it sold? You feel me? Whoever bought it, what are their motives for Oblock? What are they going to try to do with it? You feel me? What's the plan here? Making everybody relocate doesn't mean you're going to shut the building down. Is it gentrification? I doubt that. Well, I can't say I doubt it. Are people scared of Chicago to the point where they're just going to knock the building down? Or people looking at, you feel me, the money thing behind it, and now they're going to make it go? You feel me? So we don't know what it's going to be. These next couple of days to a couple of months, we're going to get ready to see what's going to go on with it. You feel me? If anybody from Oblock or anything like that, reach out to your boy. Let me know what they really doing. Let me know if the rumors are true or not. These are things that I really would like to know, honestly. I got care in my heart, and I understand the nature of the situation is not funny at all. You got a lot of people who's going to be hurting from this, a lot of people who ain't going to be here, and maybe some people going to finally turn into crimes. They did their whole life avoiding other people in their neighborhoods doing X, Y, and Z, but now this might be the final push to make them say F that. I'm just going to go off all crazy because now I ain't got nowhere to live. Now I'm living homeless. It don't make sense to some, but I used to sleep in shelters and vehicles. My mom did a great job. My dad did a great job. It's just that when I got a certain age, I was out here and I didn't want nobody to take care of me. I took care of myself to the point I didn't care if it was a shelter or a vehicle. Everybody hit rock bottoms, but to be forced into rock bottoms, it's something that ain't right, man. Look, I'm your guy, DJ Bless One. Love your family, love your kids, and definitely stay blessed, gang. Salute.